One drift and one fish only was the promise. Then we got to go snorkeling. Oh, this is a hot little session. It hasn't stopped. One fish after another. And I'm not even fishing anywhere near a pommy. Not another giant trout, please.
We've only been out here 5 minutes and he already finds a massive marlin.
In 2016, we bought a boat we aptly called Mood Swings, with the first trip planned to Princess Charlotte Bay. Well, soon after, our fishing course business took off and a dodgy boat repairer got in the way, so now it's 2021 and we're finally doing that trip. Hi, I'm Moody, this is my wife Karen, our 2 sea dogs, my mate Everett, and our fishing machine, the Blue Boat. Subscribe and welcome aboard as we visit some amazing remote locations, have a few dramas and catch some great fish on our Northern Australian adventure from Cairns to Princess Charlotte Bay. Righto, it's been an interesting trip for Karen and I. Yesterday we left Cooktown and then headed back north after we dropped the guys off. We restocked and we got to a little place up there called 2 Isles, and I've got some really good ground wide of there where you can get lots of other species like emperors and trout and stuff like that. But after starting the generator, 5 minutes after we started it, she gave up the ghost. I'd done a lot of troubleshooting to try and find what it was, and it almost came down to the fact that I thought we actually had an injector pump that had turned turtle on us. So anyway, we decided to head back towards Cairns, and we were going to make the run today to Cairns, so we didn't lose everything in the freezer and all that.
We did. We came back. We stopped at midnight last night.
We stopped at midnight last night for a good anchorage and a good sleep here at Hope Islands, and you might hear the Jenny running again. So it was basically a very dirty terminal connecting the solenoid, the fuel solenoid, and I checked it yesterday. I gave them a wiggle, but I pulled them out and gave them a good old clean up, and yeah, working finally again. And I had to bleed it too because I was cracking injectors and stuff like that yesterday to make sure we were getting fuel flow. So we are not up at 2 Isles, we are down here. We've got Cape Tribulation just behind us over here and the Bloomfield. And so we're gonna sort of venture around this area instead. We're just gonna head north a little bit. We ran over a couple of wonkies last night. Anyway, we're going to look at a few wonkies on our way to Cairns Reef. It's a beautiful reef. It's got a massive gap up the middle of it, great anchorage. And we're just going to pull up and jig over a couple of wonkies while we're going there and look for some new ones. And then later on, we might even have a crack at a few trout. So that's been our trip so far. We're not really where we wanted to be, but we're still in a great part of the Barrier Reef. So we're going to up anchor now and head off to Cairns Reef. We just drifted across one of the wonkies we saw last night while travelling down this way. Straight away, hooked up. It's feeling a bit like a nanny. I was going to originally go up to some country where we found some emperors and trout on one of our trips to Cooktown in the Blue Boat, but unfortunately we made our way back to Cairns, as you know, with the generator, but I got it going again. So we're back up this way a little bit. We're not going to go too far north. We're just going to hang around the Bloomfield area for a while. Okay. Here he comes. Bit of colour. What do we got? Oh, it's cod, is it? It is too. Cod King. Oh no, I've taken over Everett's badge. Not a monster, that's good. Get the needle into him and get him down again. Righto, let's get him back in the water. There he goes, straight to the bottom. When you needle them properly, they go straight down. Cod are probably one of the most difficult I found, but you've got to get all that area up of those, every single bit of it. Anyway, there is some nice nannies on this, but I might just leave them alone. I'm going to go and anchor the boat up in Cairns Reef and see if we can catch a few trout. And we've got a few wonkies out there if we want to catch some more reds too. I haven't fished with bait for ages. So anyway, time to get smelly.
Is that a good show?
There's one or two there, a couple hiding in the bottom. It's a good sized bombing, and I can see some more stripes out to the side here. So I'm gonna pull up and drop a few pillies down. Right, first one, not feeling like a trout. Probably some tropical snapper species. Yeah, one of the little trickies. These things are everywhere, especially when the trout don't want to bite. I'm feeling a little bit more troutish. Oh no, it's a cod. Oh no. Anyway, okay, this one's putting up a bit more of an effort. Probably just another big tropical snapper of some description. Thought so. Grassy this time. They go well for a little fish. There you go, I think. Just want a few trout for me mum. Don't need all these other bits and pieces. Usually throw them back. Okay, feels a little bit troutish. Yeah, that little fella. Might not make the grade. Little bar cheek trout, that one. Only fishing in 15 odd metres. See if he's
Looks a bit small to me.
he does look a bit small. Yeah,
He needs to grow up.
he does. Minimum size for trout's 38. He's only around 34, 35. There we go, straight back to the bottom. Oh, that's a better one. Come on, out of there. Oh. Come on. Just feeling a bit better. I'm hoping it's what we're after. Oh no, it's just a big grassy. Very big grassy. Good size. Man, these things sure go for it. Actually, we might keep this one for ourselves actually for lunch. He's got a little bit of barotrauma. I did rip him up quick after a while. Third little bar cheek, right species, all the wrong size. The inner reefs up this far, being very close to the coast, you do get a lot of these guys over there, as well as the common coral trouts as well. This lagoon is just alive with all kinds of species. It's just one after the other, but nothing decent size. We're going to get out and try the deeper fringes tomorrow. We've just sort of got this big trench in the lagoon here we're fishing at the moment. So we'll see what happens when we get out a little bit deeper. Got a nanny, some bunch of little bar cheek trouts, trickies of all sorts. It's just full on. As soon as you get to the bottom, you're just on. It's insane.
Even using barrel rod material?
Yeah, I used that a minute ago and caught some stripies and all the little things.
It's been fun though.
Ah, it's good fun. There we go. What do we got this time? Might be another nanny. That's another one of the tropical snappers. There's just loads of them down there. Bucket loads.
Got a broken toe? Got a broken finger? You're having fun, aren't you?
No, it's not broken. Oh, that one is.
Little finger, look at that.
Yeah.
Hold it up.
Oh, that was a year ago.
Yeah. Because he didn't tell me about it.
Oh well. Some things you don't need to know, is there? Oh man.
It's just one after another, isn't it?
It's insane. Good fun, but a few nice legal sized trout wouldn't go astray.
You only caught babies.
Oh.
Fish.
Yeah.
Is that drag I heard?
Oh yeah, these things go pretty hard for their size though. Another little nanny.
Oh, Manny. Catching his mum on fire.
In recent days, yeah. In recent days, we've been getting the big girls out on the wonkies. Oh. All right, let's pack it up and leave these fellas alone.
So, Honey Bunny, it's a bit late getting going today.
Yeah, you've been playing on your bloody phone, doing business stuff.
I have.
You're not supposed to be doing that.
No.
If you want to go for a snorkel on the outer reef, we've got to leave now.
Okay. And that's so you can see through the reef.
Oh, we've either got to go back this way and have an 8-mile detour. We'll sneak through the shortcut. The sun's up enough now to sneak through the shortcut.
Righto, so shortcut it is.
Yep. Well, motors are started. We just had a lazy day. We're in Cairns Reef Lagoon. It's a massive lagoon. It's a big, long, narrow entrance that comes right up to the tip. It is a great anchorage if you're coming through this way. But to get to the outer reef, we're going to head out to the outer reef because we've got northerlies coming up tomorrow afternoon. So we're going to go there for a swim, stay the night, and get back into one of the inner reefs and islands the next day. So we do have a little shortcut we can squeeze through out here. I've just been waiting for the sun to come up high enough so I can see my way through, because you don't always rely on your charts. And so off to the outer reef, maybe Pearl Reef, Ruby Reef, don't know yet. We'll get out there and make our mind up when we get there. Righto, I've got Karen up the bow now because we're picking our way through a tiny gap in the reef. Saved ourselves about 40 minutes of travel. It's quite safe what I'm doing because I know what I'm doing. I've been here before. So it always pays to have a secondary watch on the bow looking for these sort of things. So we're just going to make our way through and head to the outer reef. Oh dear.
Are we on the moon?
You think I can resist?
We're going to do a U-turn, aren't we?
Can I resist this or not?
You cannot.
Yes or no?
Look at it!
Oh my god, we found some wonkies that look like acne on the moon. One of the biggest clusters I've ever found. Insane. I don't know which one to pick.
We'll drift over them.
Can I fish it or can I not?
No, not.
You reckon I can't resist?
No.
Oh well, we'll see. Well, the answer is no. I couldn't help myself. One drift and one fish only was the promise. Then we got to go snorkeling. So we'll see what this one is. Oh.
Well, I missed the first few minutes of the fight because I was making lunch. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going in to make lunch. If the camera's upstairs, he's like, I'm on. So I had to run upstairs.
Well, it's pretty much instant. I just had to get the boat in the right position.
I should know better, shouldn't I?
You should.
How many times has that happened?
I think this is a nanny.
I hope so.
Yeah. Some fish for Mum. Oh, it's a nanny. Yeah. Nice nanny. There you go, Mum. There's one for you.
Oh God, don't fall overboard. What kind of retrieve is that?
Hang on.
No. Just bring it through the marlin door.
I got him.
Oh, good job.
Oh, yeah. Don't they love these jigs? There you go, Mum. Nice nanny for you.
As promised, Ryan took me to this amazing little reef out on the shelf east of Cooktown called Lena Reef. The yellow and blue staghorn forests were stunning with no sign of bleaching. It was wonderful to see such a healthy reef, evidenced by the myriad of small fish hanging in the staghorns and larger fish on the deeper edges. Quite a bit of soft coral, beautiful parrotfish, and the highlight was a school of hump-headed wrasse that we were able to get fairly close to. And guess what we saw the next morning? We were visited by some delightful dolphins who escorted us out of the reef. The weather was magic. It was just one of the most memorable times we've had.
What an amazing night last night.
How good was that? Glassy, apart from the 0 knots and sleeping conditions being a bit warm, but...
We put chill out music, chill out covers from Spotify on, and we just lay there for hours listening to it. I went up the front in the tinny on my beanbag, but my beanbag's got the beans scratched, so I have to get different beans for that. I'm a bit fussy. But it was 11 o'clock before we went to bed. It was just so
stuffed.
beautiful. The waves, we could hear the waves crashing over the reef, but here it was dead calm.
And the swim yesterday.
How
far did we swim from the boat? I didn't realise we were so far away from it.
Oh my God, it's like half a kilometre away. And those big hump-headed wrasse. We saw them breaking the surface, thought they were batfish.
Oh, pretty
then
special.
we could see the hump heads, so we took off, cut them off at the pass kind of, just got a bit closer in the little boat, jumped over, and yeah, swimming with them was pretty amazing.
And the coral here at Ribbon Reef,
it's the best we've seen.
Best we've seen. Honestly, it's beautiful here.
Yeah, outer reef.
Yeah.
It's fabulous.
Anyway, we're going to go and see if we can catch a couple of trout just quickly for Mum. And then we're going to move on to another reef, have a bit of a swim. Expecting bigger northerlies tonight, so we're going to probably head back in and try and get an island anchorage. And yeah.
Unfortunately, because otherwise I would stay here for. Well, I'd like to reef hop and just snorkel on every single reef up to the ribbons.
But not all of them have good anchorages where you can anchor in the sand.
Technicalities, honey.
Yeah, all right.
You and the technicalities.
You want to get 70 metres of chain hooked around a freaking rock?
No, I don't want to damage any coral at all.
No. All right, so let's go and see if we can catch a few trout before we head off. Righto, first fish. She's a trout. Yep. Oh, it's legal size. Beauty. Oh, Mum will be happy. Love getting a few fish for me, Mum. She loves fish, and you can afford those ridiculous prices at the co-ops now. Nice little fish. Yep. That's a better one. Oh. Oh. That's a better fish.
Come back.
Get me back in the coral. Oh. Oh. Wow. I'm a bit sore from 3 weeks at sea, catching giant golden trevally and nannies. Oh. Pulling like a train, this one. I only wanted to get some edible size ones for Mum. Oh yeah, it's a big blue spot. I think it's a blue spot. Like the one that gave me a flogging. Yeah, nice blue spot. We're only in 20 metres or just under. Wow, nice trout. He hasn't got much barotrauma, which is good. Got rid of the air out of him. There we go now. Hold him into the current. Whoop. There he goes. Off to the bottom. Yeehaw. There's him.
Going back down.
Going back down.
Oh. Hope he's okay.
Yeah, he'll be fine. Oh, not another giant trout, please.
Hey, Bunny.
Oh.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. I don't want to catch these big ones.
Oh, you don't want to hurt them.
But now that I've got them on, I can't leave a shitload of line in their mouth, or I'm just going to bring him up slowly.
Yeah.
So he limits his barotrauma. Just over 20 metres actually. It's not too bad still. For big fish anyway. Smaller fish will suffer more.
The other fella was okay.
He was fine. He went back down. We even saw him on the sounder.
He didn't have googly eyes.
No.
And he didn't have anything coming out his bum.
Oh, this one's a cod.
Oh no, they're harder to release.
It's a flowery. I'm just going to bring him up really slow in that last 10 metres.
Yeah.
Floweries are also terrible for ciguatera. I had two detectives used to live next door to us when I worked on the mackerel boats at Mum's place. And I gave them a flowery cod about 3 kilos. And they were just due to go on a big holiday to India. And both of them came down with it.
You poisoned them.
I poisoned them. And they couldn't go on their holiday. They were screwed for 6 weeks.
Oh, honey.
I know. All right, let's get this guy alongside. Beautiful fish in their own way. Quite a pretty fish in their own right, really. Lots of camouflage.
Just been degassed. We should take off nicely. There he goes, back to the bottom. You beauty. That's why I believe in hitting with the barotrauma needle the moment you get them up. It's very important. Don't bring them on board and hang on to them for half an hour. Get it done first, quick photo, and back in. And that's the best method in my opinion. Another trout, I think. It's not as big as that first one, and it's not a little one, that's for sure. Okay, hopefully it's still a nice 3 kilo model. That's what I'm hoping for. Yep, around about 3 or 4 kilos, I think. Oh no, it's a red bass. Oh dear. Oh well, not to worry. Good fun. These get mistaken a lot for mangrove jacks by a lot of anglers. The eyes, stripes in the scales, the head, it's all slightly different. So definitely not a mangrove jack. There you go, mate. Okay, another trout. Pretty sure. I called the red bass before a trout. This one's a bit more like it. Hopefully around that 3 kilo size. Yep. Oh, that's what we want. Nice sized trout. Beautiful. Just perfect. 2.5 kilos. Not too big, not too small.
Just right.
Just right. There you go, Mum. Nice common coral trout. Perfect size. Oh, this is a hot little session. It hasn't stopped.
Yeah.
One fish after another. And I'm not even fishing anywhere near a bommy. Better places to fish for trout than bommies. That's it. Here he is. Nice one. Another beautiful size one. Lovely. That's what we want. Good eating size. Righto. You beauty. Got some severe barotrauma with that one. Well, enough to make his stomach poke out, so.
Oh, because you brought him up real quick.
I did.
Cameraman misses the strike again.
Because it's straight away. A bit smaller, that's nice. Good eating size. Beautiful. I think we'll just take one more for today, eh?
Yep.
Dinner.
Yeah. Love it.
A little fusilier of some sort. Okay. Still a legal size, so good eater. Okay, back to the bottom. Oh, come on, straight up. God, come out of there. Might not be a trout, this one. I don't think so. Just bring him up slowly. There it is. If Everett was here, we'd be catching cod. Well, actually, I can't talk. I've already caught one for him. Okay, well, that's enough trout, eh?
Yeah.
From one spot, so
Go snorkeling soon.
yeah, I'll put these on the ice, back on the boat, and we'll go snorkeling, and I'll fillet these later for Mum.
7 seconds ago, you said that's enough.
Well, you said we've got to get one for Pete, and I forgot about that. Our dog sitter, and house sitter. So just one more then. Okay, back to the bottom. Oh, done him. Losing my touch. Come on, one more trout for Pete. Righto. Oh, come on, out you come. Oh. Oh no, another cod. We were talking about the codulator.
And you conjured him up.
I know. All right, take this fella off and... Righto, mate, off you go. Ouch. There he goes, straight back to the bottom. Fishing up here's a bit easier.
Why didn't didn't you do that at the beginning?
Because I have my bait down the back there. Normally when I jig, I do fish up here a fair bit.
Yeah.
Just don't want to drag bait up the front of the boat. Oh, come out. Come on. Oh, another solid fish. Oh, it's another cod. Oh, no. Deary me.
Oh, they're so pretty.
I know, they've got camouflage, aren't they? Right, I've just bended him. Off he goes. Straight to the bottom.
Still gonna have a crack?
Yeah, just one more. I just got to get one more trap for Pete then.
Okay.
That's it. Oh, come on. Out. Out. Come on. Be a trout. Be the trout.
Be a trout. How fussy are you?
Well, I don't know if it is. It's fighting all the way, this one. Oh no, it's a triggerfish. Boy, am I having some trouble nailing this last trout.
Yeah.
There we go. Straight to the bottom. Whew, one more go, come on. One more trout. Come on. Oh.
Did you break your line?
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was that big fellow I just did on the sounder.
On the sounder, yeah, I saw him down there. Anyway, yeah, oh, got me at the knot.
Oh, wow.
That hasn't
So
happened
yeah.
for a very, very long time. Okay, I think I've got the final trout.
One for Pete.
One for Pete, and that's it, we're done. We're going to another reef for a snorkel
Yeah.
on your non-fishing holiday.
My non-fishing holiday. It's all right, honey. I'm used to non-fishing holidays like this.
Okay. Can I get it right this time? Oh my God.
No.
The codulator strikes again.
Ever since we mentioned his name.
All right, let's just go anyway.
Yeah.
We might have a quick fish tomorrow somewhere.
Oh, we've got enough for Pete to have.
Yeah, I know. That'll do us. I just wanted one more good trout. He's not too bad.
Bye, fella.
There he goes.
Nice release.
That's it. Let's go back to the boat, up anchor, put those fish on the ice, get them cool. And that was a quick session. We just popped out on our way to Ruby and Coral Reefs to get some deep water sounder recordings and just have a look at what's going on out here at the moment. We're in the middle of the marlin season, the giant black marlin. I used to do a fair bit of that in the younger days. And we just found some nice schools of scad out at 300 metres.
We've only been out here 5 minutes and he already finds a massive marlin.
There's 2 marlin there, and on the second pass we got one to rose right up. It's a good sized fish. He's still in 100 metres of water there. But there he is right there.
She?
She probably. That one's probably a she, I would say.
But we got no marling equipment on board because Ryan doesn't want to catch one with just me on board. That'd be a schmozzle, wouldn't it?
You need an experienced crew for that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Not just you and I.
Not just the boat?
No.
Okay. Well, I think it's pretty cool. That's the first marlin you've seen on a modern sounder.
Well, yeah, because opening back out. I've got all the gear at home. I'll get some of the boys together and come out in November.
Yeah.
And have a crack.
Well, since you're the marlin whisperer, found one in 2 minutes. You're arsey, baby.
Well, this is where we normally look for them, on the edge of the current lines, inside and outside the openings.
Where are we for all the guys wanting to catch one?
Well, I think it's a little bit quiet this last couple of weeks, going by what a few of the lads told me in Cooktown, but we're between Lena and Pearl at the moment, just out in the 500 metre area.
Oh, look like a fabulous little spot.
It is, there's just not enough room to drop my anchor in any sand. Some small patches of sand in there, but a little bit risky. We're going down the reef further so we can find something a bit better.
We don't want to damage any coral. So we have aborted our second anchorage
We're just going to go out the back of the reef, put the big boat safe and come in the little boat.
Some reefs just not suitable. Too much coral.
No, never too much coral.
One minute we got beautiful weather, the next the big northerly arrives and it's bigger than we expected. And with it forecast for a few more days, we decided to get into the shelter of Snapper Island so we can get a good night's sleep. Well guys, we're going to have to call the trip short. A couple of days. For some reason there's a little bit of water in the bottom of the blue boat, and all of a sudden we've got water in the fuel in the blue boat. So I don't know what's going on, whether there's a split and somehow it's ingressing into the tank, or we've got dirty fuel.
But the bilge pump won't work is the big problem.
Well, the bilge pump, the float, you turn it on, the float switch is running, it's just whirring, making a noise like it's not sucking water.
There's no water coming out.
There's no water coming out, it never has.
No, and it's underneath the floor, which has to be ground out, and we're not going to do that here.
No. Anyway, so a couple of issues as usual,
yeah.
But it wouldn't be boat life without a few issues.
Technology and boats.
This has been a good one for us. We've had a lot of spanners thrown at it, considering the amount of money and all the things we've done to the boat to get her up to speed for the trip.
Yeah, we do spoil her a bit. She's a bit ungrateful.
Anyway.
And how about the blue boat being ungrateful now? Because it's jealous.
All the maintenance in the world will never stop these little problems.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But that's part of going on an adventure, and why you go. Because it makes you feel alive. Like, you know, how long is this trip? It feels like we've been gone for 6 months. Yeah. Even when we dropped the boys off in Cooktown was like 3 days ago.
Yeah,
4 days ago. It seems like a week and a half.
I know.
It's so it's been amazing. We've had a few issues. We're going to fix them, and
well, we fixed them all so far, but that boat's got to get off the water.
Yeah. Oh, and now we've got a phone call.
Rightio.
So,
thanks for joining us. See you in Cairns. That might be the end of this northern adventure, but join us next week for some more great tips and travels. In the meantime, for more entertaining videos, fishing workshops and fish finder tuition, visit our website, Moody Fishing. A link to the gear used on this trip is below, plus a link to our blog. Lots of great stuff on there. To follow along on our travels, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.